the Arizona Cardinals, taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Arizona Cardinals offense coming out here for the first time, and you get a peek at Kyler Murray, the dangerous offensive weapon now in his 3rd season in the National Football League.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And there's James Conner with a run that gets everyone's attention. He joined the Arizona Cardinals after 4 years in Pittsburgh. And his best year with the Steelers, 2018, named a Pro Bowler after a 973-yard, 13-touchdown campaign. Mixed results the last couple of years as he's been in and out of the lineup, but with consistency, he can still be an effective runner.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Murray flips us forward on a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Big completion there on 3rd and short keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Murray now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Zach Ertz. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays, yards all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Kaepernick now on first down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Sheds off the tackle. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space. When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. back to Taylor on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a give to Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run here with Taylor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now Kaepernick. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 7, Murray. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Connor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. Touchdown, Cardinals! DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point good by Prater. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Isaiah Simmons gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. A give for Taylor running right side. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 36, Murray hurts over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And that is incomplete here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Prater's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now, 2nd quarter, you're losing, you're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kaepernick going to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Kaepernick. Middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now they're staring at 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Blankenship's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend, 2 on Christmas Day. Cleveland traveling up to Lambeau to take on the Packers, and then later, Indianapolis taking on Arizona. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. And finally, on Monday Night Football, no Ricky Williams, but it is the Dolphins and the Saints to wrap up Week 16 from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On first down, Kaepernick. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short. And it'll be 4th down. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. On the handoff, Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Kaepernick. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. They'll let Taylor try and run. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with counter. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
What's the deal, y'all?
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. finally they feel they got a call.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A first down carry here for Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Murray throwing complete there to Hopkins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Prater for the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
I've got to slow down the running.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw, Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. It's Doyle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Kaepernick now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Kaepernick. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he can vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. A good throw here, finding Pascal. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the 2nd half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you comping your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And I guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated.
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. J.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. It's Doyle. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. The Colts on third down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Caught left side by Hilton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Cards will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
On the run is Benjamin.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
third down. Benjamin. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cards, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Colts,